Leo, how do you juggle band with football?
Me, before the school year started, or before every year starts, I always try to get the times of my practices and when I'm normally going to practice for band. And I try and talk with the coaches and Sanchez as well and see how and when I'm going to be able to come after school and cut practice in half and all that. And pretty much just communication with the coaches and the band directors.
My name is Bert Sanchez and I am the head band director here at Pearsall High School. So, contributing to the band requires you to understand the concepts that we teach here, which is good tone, good rhythm, and perform. That's it. It's not easy, and it's literally painful sometimes.
So basically what a drum major does is that they stand on top of a podium and conduct for all the band to see in order to stay in tempo while performing. My favorite part in band would be all the competitions and games because that's when all the fun memories happen.
This activity has become a very competitive sport, okay? And those groups compete at the highest levels for what we're trying to do.
I think it's a pretty interesting time for the band to just hang out with each other, get some socializing done, have some conversations that we can't have during the shows or performances, just because once we get off the bus, it's time to go to work. So definitely a fun time, I think, for the whole band.
It's very loud.
Loud?
Very loud.
Loud. We're loud.
I got a migraine.
It smells super freaking bad.
Stinky. It was smelly.
Nasty.
I just fell asleep.
I slept the whole way.
Yeah, I kind of fell asleep.
Sleep was bomb.
I didn't think I slept.
It was fine. It was very quiet. It was nice.
It's awesome. I love the bus rides. I had
It was cool. Yeah.
Crowded and chaotic.
What did you think of the band bus?
It's an experience, man. What stays on the band bus happens, something like that.
That's kind of like that's an interesting question because it's like, what is the mindset? The mindset has to be that this is a little bit more serious for the band because it's competition. And at a football game, it's not competition, it's more for fun. Although we want it all to be fun, but it's hard to separate the two, because when you're competing and you want to win, there's more pressure on you and you get a little bit more nervous. And so I think that's got to be the biggest difference.
it shaped me in a lot of ways more than I can imagine. Like things I don't even notice from the day-to-day life. Like I feel like being in band, especially like in marching band, I've become a lot more disciplined, a lot more responsible. I've learned to become more on time with things. Sandra's always said, like, if you're not 15 minutes early, you're late. Just things like that. I've always thought that was just nothing. It was just playing, making a bunch of noise on an instrument. But I really think that being in band teaches you a lot of things, like a lot of things that you don't expect to learn. Like especially being with Sanchez all the time. Like I've been in that class for 7 years, which is a lot more than a lot of people can say. And I feel like I've learned so much from being in that class. It's really an experience that I think everyone should be a part of.
Band, I started when I was in 6th grade, of course, with all the rest of the beginners. It's really been something that has taught me a lot about responsibility, dedication, and how to work hard for something. Throughout the years, I've put in a lot of work actually into developing my tone, my sound, the volume that I want for my trumpet, for what I want to sound like basically. And I've always looked up to my trumpet teacher, of course, the one who's taught me, and it's been a very interesting experience. There's been a lot of pressure, there's been a lot of tears, but it's also been a lot of fun, and we've also had we've learned a lot. I can really say that I've grown a lot, especially as a person, learning to be around people, learning to work together with people, because it's all about working together. It's not just one instrument, it's the entire band. So you learn how to listen and to kind of dang, I just lost where I was going with this. But yeah, I'm very passionate about music, and I'm very passionate about band, and I'm pretty bummed out about this year still, because I really felt like we had a chance, especially since our stuff this year was a lot better than last year. But I think it was really well worth it in the end, because we still got to have that experience. And I love the seniors too. I'm really sad to see everybody go, so kind of bummed out. My head drum major is leaving me. So, but yeah, it's been pretty dope.
Well, I have been in band since 6th grade all the way up to my senior year, and it shaped me in a lot of ways. I remember when in 6th grade I couldn't even make a noise on my flute, and now I can play a lot of hard stuff now. And what really helped me a lot was band brings people together. I have made many friendships that I know weren't gonna last forever, even after high school. And band, going through all the ups and downs with marching season and even region, the people in the band bring you closer, and it just makes you more, it inspires you to do better because of you being around the people that you make friendships with over the years. Sanchez would always talk about mental toughness, and even it taught me a lot, not just being mentally tough in band, but it's a skill that I'm gonna develop that will help me through life.
The thing I like most about band is probably just the overall feeling of it. We have a set of people who all have to do a specific thing to make things work. And that goes for not just marching band, but concert band as well. We gotta make sure we're in tune, gotta make sure we're in step, gotta make sure we're in time, all that. It's fun, it brings a sense of togetherness, and just have a good time. And, I mean, it's just, this season was great. Wish it could have ended better, obviously, but it was great. It was a great season. It was a great show. One of my favorite shows that I've heard or played, and just awesome, honestly. Just great season. Go band.
All right, so I've been in band for 6 years, once I complete my senior year. Band is something that you have to really respect, because it takes intelligence, it takes effort, it takes determination to want to get better, to actually become better at band. It takes sacrifice. I know personally that I've sacrificed a lot of things to be a part of band, to do band things. And while it may not have seemed super fun or the best choice at the time, I can confidently say now that it was the best choice to make because, well, hindsight is 20/20. I can say that, for instance, my junior high year, right? I was going to audition for the band, but I was also supposed to go on a bit of a getaway trip that weekend. I forget what for. And I wasn't really feeling it, although I knew that I had a choice, right? I could either go have fun or just kind of go do the band thing, which wasn't very popular with me. But I decided to go with the band thing, despite pressure from others to go on a little trip. I went to the band thing, and lo and behold, I placed very well. I think I got first share. I did very well, and that kind of opened my eyes whenever I went to that audition. It was held here. I went. Kind of opened my eyes as to what it was really going to take to be in band, especially at the high school level, which was the next level for me. It's going to take a lot of sacrifice, and even since then I've had to make that same decision over and over. Do I go to one thing, this very fun, short-lived thing, or do I invest in myself and have something to talk about later? So at least in that aspect, band has affected my life. What else do we need here?
Any final words?
Final words. All I can say is, if you have any doubts, do it. You're gonna know if band's not the right thing for you. You'll figure that out pretty quickly. If it's something that you don't like, you just don't like it. It's not for everyone. It's really not for everyone. Some people, I just can't imagine them holding an instrument in their hands and with their voices, right? It just doesn't work. But if it is something that you think you might want to try, by all means, give it a shot. You know, I wasn't essentially the gung-ho band guy that I am now 6 years ago. You know, I was kind of leaning more towards football. You know, I wanted to be the athlete type, more or less. But then I started band and did well, and now I've kind of become the tuba guy. You know, everyone knows me, the tuba guy. And that's not the life for everyone, but if you really think you have something special, try it out. You're probably going to like it.
Thank you, Jackson. I think we all love the tuba guy.